Hello friends, I hope you are doing good and I hope that all of you are safe and sound wherever you are. So my dear friends, the topic for today is point assessment grid factor for PNP. Yes, my dear friends, you have guessed it right. Today's topic is all about PNP. So guys, whenever we calculate the CRS scores, we use a CRS score calculator or a CRS tool in which we put our dummy IELTS score and we give our information, and the system tells us our likely CRS scores, correct? In the same way, whenever we try to apply for a PNP for a specific province, we have to determine our point assessment grid factor, and it is basically the eligibility criteria of that particular province. So guys, let's straight jump into this topic. So my dear friends, each and every province has their own way of determining the grid assessment factors depending on province to province, but more or less it is between these 5 factors only. The factors are: number 1 is age, second is your language proficiency, and in language proficiency both English as well as French language tests are considered. The next is your education, and this includes both education in Canada as well as foreign education. The next factor is your work experience. Work experience also again Canadian work experience as well as foreign work experience. And the last factor is adaptability. So guys, what do we mean by adaptability is that, say for example, if a candidate has some family member in one of the provinces, then that particular candidate has an advantage because he'll be getting some factor, some point for the adaptability factors as well, because the likelihood of that candidate settling well in that province is more because he or she has a family member in that particular province. And guys, by family member I mean immediate family members only, maybe like parents or siblings or some close family member only. Also guys, if a particular candidate has some specific skill set which is in demand in profession of that particular province, then that particular candidate also is given good points as far as the adaptability factors are concerned, because it is obvious that based on his skill set, that particular person will be able to get job in that particular province in a much faster way as compared to those people who have skill set that is not in demand in that particular province. So if you do not have a family member or you do not have a specific skill set, that does not mean that you will be rejected outrightly. It's just that the chances of a candidate settling in a particular province is much higher if they have got adaptability factor scores. Now each of these 5 factors that I already spoke about are given certain points based on the priority in each province. Say for example, in some province age may not be considered to be of that priority as compared to the work experience. So in that province, age would be given say a lesser number of points, work experience would be given a little higher points, and maybe education also would be given slightly higher points. But maybe in some other province where they require younger workforce, in that provinces the age would be given slightly higher points as compared to other factors. So guys, basically the point that I want to tell you is that depending on the needs and requirements of a province, these factors are given certain points totaling up to 100 or 200 depending on province to province, and then there is a certain threshold that is kept. So basically if your score is above that threshold, you are eligible to apply for PNP of that particular province. So this point assessment factor is a very important step in determining whether you are eligible to apply for a particular PNP or no. So if you are not eligible to apply for a PNP, you know at the very first step itself, and you do not waste your energy, resources, money in order to apply for PNP of that particular province. So basically out of say 10 PNP programs, you know that you are eligible in only 3 of them, then you know that you have to direct all your focus on that 3 provinces only. So guys, this point factor assessment grid is really an important tool. And now let's talk about each province's threshold as far as the point assessment grid factor is concerned. So guys, now let's talk about Manitoba, New Brunswick and Saskatchewan. So my dear friends, these three provinces require a candidate to have a minimum of 60 points out of 100 as far as the point assessment grade factor is concerned. So if any candidate has got less than 60 points out of 100, then that particular candidate is not eligible to apply for Manitoba, New Brunswick and Saskatchewan. And in addition to that, Saskatchewan also requires each and every candidate who is applying for Saskatchewan PNP to have a valid job offer while applying for PNP. So guys, now coming on to Ontario, Nova Scotia, Alberta and Newfoundland. My friends, these four provinces require the candidate to have a minimum of 67 points out of 100 as far as the point assessment grade factor is concerned. In addition to this, Ontario has two more conditions, that the candidate must have a valid express entry profile and the CRS score should be greater than 400, and also the candidate's profession should be in demand in Ontario. So I'll be sharing a link in the description which will show the in demand professions in Ontario for your reference. Now coming to Prince Edward Island. So my dear friends, Prince Edward Island needs candidate to have a minimum of 50 points as far as the point assessment grade factor is concerned. So this is the lowest point assessment grade factor for any province. So far we have seen provinces requiring 60 points or 67 points. Prince Edward Island needs only 50 points and that's pretty much it. And also guys, as far as the IELTS language test is concerned, Prince Edward Island needs candidate to have a minimum of CLB4, that again is one of the lowest. In most cases, a candidate is expected to have minimum band 6 in each section of IELTS, but Prince Edward Island needs only CLB4 and that's pretty much it. Now coming to Yukon. Yukon needs candidate to have a minimum of 55 points out of 100 as far as the point assessment grade factor is concerned. And I have also made a video about the Yukon Community Pilot Program. So please do not confuse Yukon PNP with Yukon Community Pilot Program because these are two separate programs. So Yukon just needs 55 points out of 100 as far as the point assessment grade factor is concerned. Now coming to British Columbia. So guys, regarding all the provinces that I spoke so far, each and every province had their point assessment grade factor on the basis of 100 points. British Columbia has the point assessment grade factor in the range of 200 points. So guys, what happens here is that time and again British Columbia will come up with certain draws for their BC PNP program, that is British Columbia's PNP program, and they'll keep a threshold, and if a candidate has got score more than that threshold, then that particular candidate gets invited for the British Columbia PNP. So guys, the minimum score usually is in the range of 80 to 85 out of 200. So guys, the point assessment grade factor is one of the eligibility criteria of PNP of individual provinces. So each and every province will have their own set of criteria, requirements and other conditions that you must fulfill before you get PNP invitation from that particular province. So I request you all to consider this point assessment grid factor only as the first step in your PNP application. So I request you all to go through each and every province's set of requirements and understand whether you are eligible for them or no and apply accordingly. So guys, in the description box I'll be updating the links of all the provinces that I spoke so far, so that you can go ahead and check for yourself which province you are interested in and what are the criteria and conditions of that particular province. So guys, with this I end this particular video. I hope you all like the contents of it, and if you really do, please don't hesitate to like, comment and subscribe, and also definitely don't hesitate to share it across with your friends, family and relatives for whom this particular video may be useful. So with this I say goodbye and take care. Bye.